Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I'm here with the fourth layout using the Simon Says stamp kit, and this may be the last one. I haven't totally decided yet. But I pulled out this photo of my younger sister, and this picture was a very long time ago. I'm thinking probably around 1995 or so, but she is the one on the right, and then the other two are my cousins. So we have a set of twin cousins, and all three of them are very, very close in age, and they used to always play together. Well, this photo is of them at my grandmother's house getting into the dress-up clothes. So I pulled out a 12 by 12 paper from the Hey Kid collection paper pad I had, and I also matted my photo on the white cardstock that was in the kit and this bright pink cardstock that was in the kit. Then I'm also going to use that bright pink cardstock. I had at the very first layout I did with this kit, I had actually used the flamingo die and cut out a flamingo. So I'm going to use that same bright pink cardstock that I used for that one so that it coordinates. And I absolutely love the way that this layout turned out. I think it's a very, very pretty layout. I love the photo itself. There's some little pink flowers in the background. So it just really, really complements the pink that I'm using in this layout. I did stamp this stamp from the stamp set, which I love the stamp set, by the way. It's awesome quality, and I really think it's actually pretty versatile. I stamped the stamp that said "Be a Flamingo and a Flock of Pigeons," and I thought that was just kind of fitting with this layout with the kids dressed up like they're in a wedding. So it's got the two girls in these little wedding dresses, and then my cousin in a little suit, and it's so cute. He even has a little boutonniere on. It's so adorable. This is such a cute photo. I had found it when I was going through some photos that my sister had, and I just made a copy for myself because I absolutely love it. I don't know if any of them actually remember this, but I think it's so adorable. So I've got that pink stamped flamingo. I just went ahead and stamped the flamingo image on it because it was really just the die cut at first. Now the die has some impressions on it, so you could see the shape of the feathers on the flamingo, but I went ahead and stamped it just to make it stand out really well. Now I used a little bit of paper from the kit. I used this blue paper, and then I also used the glittery pink paper, and I used my decorative scissors to cut a scallop along two pieces, and then I cut a strip of the other piece and kind of alternated it. So on the bottom I'm going to have the blue scallop with a strip of the pink glitter paper, and then on the top up here by the photo I'm going to have the pink glitter paper cut with the scallop with a strip of the blue paper, so it kind of complements each other. And the reason that I chose to do this is because I wanted a pop of blue. There are just a few little pops of blue in the photo itself, so I thought this was a great way to kind of pull in a coordinating color without it just being totally pink. And I think it really worked well. I'm going to have a few embellishments that are in that blue as well, so it's going to kind of stand out, but I think it's a beautiful combination of these different tones of pink as well as just that little hint of blue. This layout is fairly simple. There's a lot of little things that are added, but in the overall look is fairly simple, but I absolutely love this layout. This is one of my favorite layouts, and I really wasn't sure how it was going to come together because when you look at the kit itself, there's a lot of summer themed things, a lot of flamingos and birds and butterflies and things like that, but I wasn't really using much of that on this particular layout, and the papers that were in the kit already were very, very pool themed. So I really just kind of focused on the color instead of the themes themselves. Now this sticker from the sticker book, the Amy Tangerine sticker book, said "You Made My Day," and it was kind of in it's like each letter is like 3 lines to make up the letter. Make sure you check out the still photos at the end to kind of see this a little bit better because I'm not explaining it well. But basically each letter is like 3 lines. So the text is like, is it 3? Let me check. It's 4 lines. So each letter is made up of like 4 lines, but it's a really pretty kind of, I think it's very graphic looking. I just really like the text. I'm really kind of a person that's drawn to different text, different fonts and things like that. I'm just really kind of drawn to that thing, to those types of things. So that really pulled me to this particular sticker that said "You Made My Day," and I'm actually using that as my title. Now I am going through the sticker book and pulling out just a few more stickers, not a whole lot, but I have these 2 flowers that I'm layering under my photo, and I will kind of use those as a grounding point for my journaling here in a moment. I also have some of the gold hearts that I'm pulling out and scattering about, and then there's a little blue flower that I had stuck behind the flamingo on the end of that little blue piece of paper. It was just kind of empty and I wanted to put something there, so that's where that blue flower ended up. I'm adding some sequins, but I'm going to cut out most of this because you really can't see them anyways. I picked the clear sequins from that sequins pack to kind of scatter about, and I think I only have about 6 on the entire layout, but they're just kind of scattered around. Now, to pull in a little bit more of that blue, I went ahead and pulled one of the washi tapes that I had pulled from my stash at the beginning of working with this kit, and it's got a blue color on it. And then I thought it was kind of bold with just the straight blue up there. So I went ahead and layered a piece of the polka dot, the pink and white polka dot washi that I had as well, which kind of coordinates with the background paper, but it just tones down that blue a little bit more. But I really, really like the pop of blue as well. I thought it was just another way to kind of pull in a little bit of blue to the layout without it being so overwhelming. I thought about using those puffy stickers for a moment, but I just couldn't make it work. So what I decided to do was actually pull out some word strips from my stash. I ended up with a Studio Calico one, a Cosmo Cricut one, and a Snap set of alphas as well. Not alphas, I'm sorry, word strips as well. So I'm going to add a few of those, and I'm actually going to put one under my title, and I think it really makes that title look complete instead of just kind of off to the side of the photo. Now I was trying to figure out my journaling, how I was going to do my journaling. So I end up cutting the inside of like a little journaling card. I just cut the inside out of it, so I just have the lines, and that's actually what I'm doing my journaling on. And it just says, look at those crazy kids playing with grandma's dress-up clothes. And then I put Anna, Lee, and Jill, 1995 basically is what it was, and I just cut that into 2 little pieces and kind of staggered that under the photo. And then I am going to pull in some of those word strips. So I have one at the bottom that says, "You're never fully dressed without a smile." And so I took that and added some banner ends to it. And then I have this one that I'm layering right there above the journaling that says "Different is Good." And then I am going to layer one right under my title that says "You Made My Day." And that one says "Life Documented," but "Life Captured." And I'm actually going to cut some banner ends on that one as well. And that one's from the Snap set. So I used one from each of those word sticker sheets. It would have been, I don't know if it would have been nice to have all the same, but I like the different fonts because it's 3 different fonts and 3 different sizes as well. I just like the variation. As I had mentioned, I'm kind of obsessed with text, different text and fonts and things like that. So I really like the variation that it provides. We're kind of getting near the layout, near the end of the layout. There was a lot added on here, but not really a whole lot as far as embellishment. It's just lots of little bits here and there. I'm just kind of moving that word strip a little bit up to overlap the blue to make that word strip part of that cluster instead of really being underneath the cluster. I felt like it wasn't really part of it. But it does seem slightly unfinished, so I'm going to add a single line border around my layout with just a couple little hash lines periodically around. And I'm just using my Pentel fine point pen for that. This is actually one of my preferred journaling pens. It's just a basic ballpoint pen, but I really like how fine it is, and I like the way that it writes, so I end up using it a lot on my layouts. I'm just using that American Crafts 18-inch ruler to do that, and this is one of the best rulers for lining up and doing like your lines around the edges because you can stretch it all the way across even if you're going at a diagonal across your layout. So I'm kind of finishing up here just doing this hash marks. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever, and keep an eye out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another layout or if I'm going to go ahead and do the Kill Kit for this kit. I'm just not sure yet, but I hope you enjoyed this as well as the other layouts that I've created. All right guys, thank you so much. Bye.